Yeah, just another really, really good job by our team hanging in there. They're throwing a perfect game at us through 4 innings. We're down 3. And I felt lucky to be down 3. I think in the second inning, McIntyre did a great job of getting out of that jam. We could have been down 4 real easy. They had 1 in, runner at second, third, and there weren't any outs. And proud of him for hanging in there. He fought it, and great job by our offense tonight with 2 outs. I think we scored all of our runs with 2 outs. I'm not sure, but big swing by Stovall, and kept that inning going with battles with which should have been a double, but he fell in the box. Ended up with a single, stole second, and then a really good at bat by Gregory. We were just hoping that he would somehow find a way to get on base so Wallace would get to hit. And sure enough, Wallace put a really good swing on a fastball in, and he crushed it. And all of a sudden we're up 2. The game just flipped, and played solid defense, pitched just good enough, and it was a good win on the road.
Bob, kick us off.
Yeah, Dave, all your runs were with 2 outs. Just what do you think that says about your clutch hitting tonight?
It was big. 5 of the runs were driven in by home runs, and the last 2 with a big 2-out double with 2 outs or 2 strikes on the hitter, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And, what a relief when that ball hit to the gap. Gave us, first that 3-run lead, then all of a sudden a 4-run lead, and took a lot of pressure off the team and Brady out there. And, just a really good job.
And going back to last week, you guys had gone 12 innings without scoring, and then the dam just breaks 5 runs. And just what do you think happened in that 5th inning?
Played off some borderline pitches, got ahead in the count a little bit. Obviously, Lanzilli getting a base hit kind of broke the ice, and hit some balls hard. And finally, Stovall went down and got a 3-1 pitch and stayed through it and kept it low. The wind was blowing in from right, and it just kind of fought through the wind, hit it hard, got out of there pretty easy. And I don't know. I think they just, we felt like, we've been down, 5 runs, 3 games in a row, and again, we got shut out. And, we were due. Guys, they stayed real positive. We had really good pregame BP. We hit well yesterday, and, there's a lot of focus.
Okay, looks like you got some pizza there. I'll turn it back over to Oliver. I might have a couple more at the end. Thanks.
Christina?
But obviously, Peyton Stovall's first game back, and he had the home run. Just what do you think about all of his at-bats tonight?
All of his at-bats were good. I mean, he really, really had a good at-bat. Even the last one there in the 8th, when he worked that lefty to a full count, fouled off a couple of pitches, and then took strike 3. I think he came in on him. I think he was away the whole time. I'm not sure. But his at-bats were good. Looked like he's confident, and that's what we want to see. And he was a tough out tonight.
And then was this kind of the start that you expected from McIntyre when you decided to go with him, or what did you kind of think of him?
Yeah, I mean, really, if you'd have told me that he could give us four innings and give up 2 runs, I'd have taken it. Because I'm thinking we're going to score 2 runs in 4 innings. And, he gave up some hits, but 3 of them were balls that it was super hard right in front of their plate. And it was like hitting a super ball. They pounded 2 balls straight into the ground that went over Wallace's head at third. And, that's the breaks of the game a little bit. And they had a really nice hit and run on the first pitch, and they got a fastball. If we'd have thrown him, if he'd have thrown him a cutter or something down, it might have swung and missed. But it's the luck of the game of the breaks. But I thought he threw really well.
Dave, could you tell us a little bit about the decision to go with McIntyre tonight, and when did you make that decision?
We made it a couple of days ago, but nobody ever asked me, so we didn't tell anybody. I kept waiting the other day, but nobody said anything, so I walked out and got on the plane. And so our thinking was, our thought process basically was that we'll have Connor stay on his regular Friday night, get his rest. Hopefully, he'll give us some good innings. The last couple outings haven't really been typical Connor, so we wanted to get him back on track. And then also let Smith rest a little bit. Probably going to use him out of the bullpen one of the next 2 days, and then Smith will get a start in the tournament. That's kind of our thinking.
And then with Stovall, do you think maybe that time off that he had could be good for him, and this could maybe get him going a game like this?
Yeah, I know it was good for him. During the time, his time off, he healed his hand up. He got to watch some other guys have some success, like Kendall Diggs hit a couple of big home runs during that time. And, young guys like him. And sometimes when you get off to the side, the game slows down for you. You get to kind of see that it's still a game, and I'm good at it. Hopefully that's what he saw there. And then he worked hard. We actually met with him one day and had a good meeting, and he was upbeat. And I think he worked hard during his time off. He didn't, sit around and pout or anything. He was like, hey, I'm going to use this time and get better, and I'm going to get back in there. And I didn't tell him before the game that he was going to start, but I think he had a good idea by the way I moved him around in practice a little bit, and where I put him on the batting practice chart last night, that he had a good opportunity to start tonight, and he took advantage of it.
Dudley.
Well, then just doing our due diligence, make sure Wiggins is starting the third game. And also, how important was it to come out and not give them any free passes, hit batters and all that, make them earn it tonight?
Yeah, that was huge. I think we walked them 5 times. They only walked us twice, give their pitchers credit as well. But we didn't make any errors. Limited those walks a little bit. We didn't double up in an inning because that's usually a killer. But yeah, it was a pretty clean game for the most part.
Andreas.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned something on the telecast about Caden kind of knowing he's your guy and being a leader. And I was just wondering kind of what you've seen from him off the field from a leadership standpoint lately.
Just the way he carries himself. He doesn't have to say a whole lot. The guys kind of gravitate to him a little bit. He's having a really good year. I mean, it isn't like he's just numbers are ridiculous, but we see him having a really good year because you throw in the defense, the leadership, base running, RBIs, hitting leadoff, driving runs in, the second, third time through the order. He just kind of leads by example, and he shows up every day, plays hard. I think, he's played every game this year. I think he started every game. And there were a couple of times during the season I went up to him and talked to him about, taking a day. I would say something like, hey, I'm going to give you tomorrow off. How do you feel about that? And he'd fight me on it. So, he's strong. I'll let him play.
And Chris Lanzilli, he's kind of been in and out of the lineup lately, but had some really good swings tonight. Just kind of what are you seeing from him lately, and kind of what'd you make of his performance tonight?
Performance is good. I thought his at-bats were good. I thought his BP the last few days have been really good. It was really good to get him back in the lineup. I felt like he was a threat. They were concerned with him physically. He's a big, strong kid. He's got some power. But to get 2 hits in a game, he's the one who got us going there in the 5th, and excited for him.
Do you guys need anything? Napkins, plates?
This
Yeah,
is
we're
great, isn't it?
Good?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Just checking on you.
Matt Jones.
Hey, Dave, for Evan Taylor to pitch so well, so close to his hometown, how nice was that to see?
It was great. I really try not to think about that because it's always something to worry about. You think they're going to try too hard. And I really didn't think about it till the second inning when he went back out there, and I thought, he lives not too far from here. Hopefully he stays under control, and he's really grown up as a player and as a person. And he's calm on the mound but intense at the same time, doesn't show a lot of emotion, and he's been really good for us.
And then you've had a lot of games the last 3 or 4 weeks where your team's had 2 and 3 run home runs in really tight games. What have you thought about that element to your offense?
Yeah, I mean, home runs are good when people are on base. Solos are good. I like doubles. I always say that. I like guys that hit doubles because eventually those turn into home runs and they get a little stronger. But 2-run homers, 3-run homers, those can extend leads, bring you back, put people away. It's been good. We've done a nice job there.
All right, Bob, close it out.
Yeah, Dave, I guess you clinched the first round bye with tonight's win. I know you obviously want to win more games, but how good is that?
Well, that's good. I hadn't really thought about that till you just said it. I mean, it's hard to finish in the top four, and it's nice to know that we can go to Hoover and we're going to get to play at least 2 games. If we win a game, we get to play another one, win a couple of them, get a bye. I mean, just play baseball at this time of year. I tell the guys this would be your favorite time. It should be your favorite time of the year. You don't have to worry about getting up and taking a test or studying or being somewhere. Now you can just let's play baseball, get focused in, and get your sleep, lift, and let's see how long we can play.
And the bullpen, I mean, it's been good all year, but 5 shutout tonight and stranded some guys. What'd you think of the bullpen performance?
They were great. I mean, it started with Ramage coming in and giving us 1 1/3. Got a strikeout there in his second inning, but he also had a walk. Then we went with the lefty on lefty. Taylor came in immediately, got him out, struck him out, and then I think they got a base hit Oppo, and then he got the next hitter out, and that was big relief. Then we start counting outs, and we need 9 more, and something like that. And they did a good job. They just really did a good job. They've been doing a good job all year.
Coach, final word.
Yeah, on that note, Dave, Ramage, how big was it after y'all took the lead for him to come in there and get the quick 1, 2, 3 inning?
It was great, because he got us through the 5th. And now you're thinking, okay, we need 12 outs. And he got us 1 more, now down to 11. Start thinking about that a little bit. And, when we got him loose and ready to go, we were just hoping he could hold him down an inning or 2 while we caught up. And next thing you know, we're winning. And we said, hey, we're just going to go with him. And he did a good job.
Hi, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Okay, see you guys.